Hi, my name is Claire. Welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I'm going to be doing Americana Colonial Home in The Sims 4. This is a home built in the world of Bridleton Bay, and if you want any more information on this home, you can check out the description. There is more information that I can't think of right now, but it has the full pack list I used for this build, the price and the size of lot I built this home on. So we are just going to be starting this home off in the entryway. Since I am building this in Bridleton Bay, I wanted to have a home with pets in it, so I do have items for both a cat and dog, and you can decide which one you want to have in the home, or it's great to have both in the home too. I do have a dog bed out here on the front porch. That is just for like the whole family to be outside together. I wasn't trying to do any like animal abuse, but I wanted the whole family to be outside on the front porch possibly. And now we are in the front office room. I was trying to keep this front office room more historically accurate to a colonial style. Granted, I've never been in a accurate colonial style home in person. I've just seen homes online and through HGTV, so some of these items may not be historically accurate, but I was trying to give this area a nice old-fashioned fancy feel to it. So we're just going to be adding a rug, and I do switch out that fireplace. If you're new to my channel, I am trying to keep my builds pack limited or be more mindful of the packs I'm using, and that fireplace was like accurate to the colonial style in my opinion, but it just wasn't really working because I didn't want to add an additional pack. And you might have seen that there's some pictures on the walls that just like suddenly appeared. Those are also from the pack I didn't use, and if you're curious what the pack is, it is the Discover University pack. I feel like it had the like same old-timey vibes that I wanted to go with, but I didn't want to use that pack because of being mindful of packs this year, and I feel like having this like big fireplace kind of makes more of a statement. This is like the first room your Sims guests will see when they walk into the home, and so like having a nice big statement fireplace was appropriate. And I do also have another fireplace in the living room of the home because this is a two chimney home, so we're just going to be adding a few decorations onto the front entryway table. It's kind of like the drop zone almost. And now we are in the music room. So when I was floor planning this home, I had this box that we're working in now, and I didn't really know what to do with it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to have like a his and hers offices, or if I wanted this area to be the dining room. I decided to go for a music room because I don't think I've ever had a room like this fully dedicated to music, and we are just going to be adding 3 violins, red, white, and blue, because this is a Americana Colonial Home. I don't think I mentioned that yet, but I wanted to have this home based around red, white, and blue, Americana colors, and we're just going to be adding this old-timey map and going to be kind of figuring out the rest of the wall decor I want in this space. So we're just going to be adding an art easel, very simple. I know it's not really like musically artistic, but it does have like painting artistic skills you can get from that. So now we are in the formal dining room. The colonial style homes are very boxy, and I wanted to have a little bit more detail, and so I decided to have a bump out with the dining room in it, and going to just be adding a few little decorations. This isn't the largest space in the home, but I feel like it gets the job done. It helps with that cozy little intimate feel of a dining room, and I kind of feel like at some point the home did have a renovation done to it, and so knowing, at least with my family, we're not always at the dining room table, so it kind of made sense in my mind to have the dining room kind of pushed a little bit more to the side. And also in The Sims, your Sims are not going to be eating their meals at the same time, at least with in my experience. Though I do mostly just build when I play The Sims, I don't really like mess with create a sim or playing in live mode. So we're just going to be now working on the living room and going to be making a nice little cozy space. I wanted to add the red, white, and blue for the couches and the pillows in the space, and the walls are also blue to bring in that Americana. So we're just going to be adding these nice blue pillows, but I do switch these pillows out for more stripy pillows that came with a Sims 4 update recently, and I just have finally found a place to put these pillows before we finish the living room. I'm just taking a little break in the powder room. This is a 1x3 room and just has a sink and a toilet in it. Very simple space, but I wanted it to kind of be in a central location with the layout of the home. So we're just going to be adding a nice little flower vase by the TV and going to doing a little bit of adjusting. And then I realized I had to like adjust all the little pillows because I can't just like click and drag all of the things. I have to put them back in how I want them. And now we're going to be adding some side tables. The hard part was like finding the side tables that fit the best, but were also accurate to a colonial style home. So I decided to just size down the tables and going to just kind of be manually placing the items on the tables, because when I tried to place them, they were floating, and so I had to use the Control 9 key to raise them up to the height I wanted. But I feel like having these blankets in the corners kind of give it that nice cozy vibes, and we're just going to be finishing up the space with some pictures. I feel like pictures really do help a home feel lived in, and that is what I am going for. I probably should have mentioned this sooner, but this is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home with a dining room and an office, and so we're just going to be adding those items onto the side tables now. And I feel like these lamps I chose really do fit the Americana red, white, and blue theme I was going for in this home, and I feel like it really helps with the time period accuracy. Maybe not like fully, but it does kind of feel like an old-fashioned lamp in this room. So we're just going to be doing a little tweaking, and now we're just going to be doing a little tweaking over here with the second fireplace. I just wanted to have a nice little cozy reading spot almost over here, so it's very simple, just a chair and a few things on the mantle of the fireplace. I didn't want to go too cluttered over here, but now we are in the kitchen of the home, and like I said earlier, I was kind of imagining that there would be some sort of renovation that happened in the time period between this home originally being built to the current state, and I feel like that really helps with the appliances I chose. And I don't think they had bright blue subway tile in the colonial style, and I wanted to bring a little bit of color into the kitchen with the nice red appliances. I do change the color of the cabinets and counters to just be a pure white instead of this brown. I feel like having brown would have been a little bit more realistic, but I'm kind of doing a little bit of a color challenge in this home with trying to only use red, white, and blue for the majority of the home. So we're just going to be adding a island into the kitchen. I didn't want it to be a peninsula because I have a mudroom off of this space, and I felt like the door and the chairs on the island would have been a little bit too close. I just didn't want it to feel claustrophobic, so we're just going to be adding a few items into the kitchen, again, to have that nice lived-in feel. I do have a dishwasher in this kitchen, and the dishwasher also changes colors. I forgot to change the dishwasher when I was taking the screenshot, so you'll see during the screenshots that the dishwasher is still a nice brown color, but that does get changed to be a nice red color. So we're just going to be adding some pet bowls. Like I said earlier, I have space for a cat and a dog in this home, and you can decide which one to keep, or you can have both. I do have items for both pets. Now we are in the mud room of the home, and it's a nice like back space of the home. I do have a robot vacuum, and I did decide to put the litter box back here in the space. I do feel like this is like the best space for the litter box. Sometimes when I don't have a mudroom in my home, I just put the litter box in the bathroom, but I wanted to have the litter box here because this is kind of like the pet area. I do have like shoes and little like storage items with the grand mudroom kit, but I was thinking this would be mostly for the pets with the litter box, and I do have a nice little like shelving unit that has the dog leashes on it. So we're just going to be adding some hanging storage from the grand mudroom kit and going to be adding just little details. I feel like in real life mudrooms are kind of like the main focal point or the main entrance when you're just doing day-to-day life, and so I was trying to make this really feel cluttered and lived in and well used. So we're just going to be doing a little bit of rearranging. I kind of came to the point in this room where I was just trying to like see how all the puzzle pieces fit, and I decided to give this room some more natural light, so I decided to add windows on each side. But now we are in the backyard of the home, so we're just going to be adding a little dog agility course. I kept this backyard pretty simple with the monkey bars, and I just have a grill and some seating back here for the family to enjoy. And I feel like I really did like upscale the landscaping. Landscaping in The Sims is not really my favorite part, but I feel like I added a lot of layers. I added rocks, which is something I never add in my builds, but I really did a lot with the landscaping in this home. So we're just going to be adding a nice red planter by the mailbox, and now we are heading upstairs to the second level. First, we're going to be working on this landing space, going to be keeping it very simple in here. I decided to have another desk up here. This one has a computer, since it's not like the first thing guests see when they walk into this home. I decided to kind of go a little bit more modern up here with the computer, and we're just going to be adding some artwork into this area. This area is really simple, but that's mostly because I didn't know what else to add to the space. It is hard sometimes when you're just doing a home based off of colors because you want it to be accurate to a style, but you also like, but I need to use this red item. So we're going to be taking a break from the landing space and going to be working on the first bedroom. I'm imagining this bedroom would be for a young teen or older tween aged child. I kind of went for like an opposite twin theme with the bedrooms. The first bedroom that you can see right now, it's kind of more muted, kind of more calming colors, and then the second bedroom is more vibrant and has a lot more fun items in it. So we are just going to be adding some like soft blues and going to be adding just a few little like pictures. Another opposite kid theme I had going on was this room has space for a cat, and then the other bedroom has space for the dog. So we're just going to be adding a rug to kind of like staple in that this is the bedroom area or the bed area, and we're just going to be adding a few little art pieces to bring some color into this space, and we're just going to be adding a microphone and a dartboard because I didn't know what else to add to the space. Usually I come up with like a persona or an ideal like situation for the bedrooms, but I was going off of color, so I couldn't really come up with like, oh, are they interested in gaming, or oh, do they want to be a veterinarian when they grow up. So we're just going to be keeping this bedroom mostly color themed and not so much like interest themed. This bedroom does have a Jack and Jill bathroom, so we are just going to be working on that space before we head into the second bedroom. This bedroom does have a full bathroom, and we're just going to be adding the sinks now. I started off with 2 sinks for each sim, but I realized that's not really that useful. Your sims don't really need 2 sinks, but I was just trying to give it that like personal space. But I realized I don't really have enough space for a towel rod, and so that is why I get rid of the second sink. So we're just going to be adding the towels, and I really do wish we could get some more base game hand towels. I feel like I've been using these ones forever and I just want something more, but I think it does go well with the style of red, white, and blue, having that like blue stripe on the white towels against the red beadboard. So we're just going to be switching out the bathtub for something a little bit more modern, and now we're heading into the blue bedroom and going to again making this themed to red, white, and blue, and also themed to a dog. I feel like having the red and white striped bedding really helps with the Americana theme, but it also goes with the dog theme with the fire hydrants. So we're just going to be adding a dog stuffed animal in the corner and going to be adding a few more like kid toys in here. This area is more designed for a child, whereas the first bedroom is more designed for a teenager. So we're just going to be adding a rug, and you can see that this bedroom is a lot more vibrant than the first bedroom. So we're just going to be adding a little soccer ball lamp and going to be adding some pictures on to the walls or some decals. So now we're just going to be making this space a fun kids area. Neither of the bedrooms have a desk, but your Sims can like go do their homework on the counter. I find that idea kind of cute, so it's like easier for the parents to help them if they do their homework on the kitchen counter compared to just a desk in their bedroom. So now we are going to be heading back into the hallway of the home or the landing space of the second level and going into the primary suite. So this home does have a large primary suite with a walk-in closet and a large ensuite. So now we're just going to be working on the closet area, and this primary suite does take in the entire back end of the home. It does also have a private balcony off of the back, and we're just going to be adding some storage. These technically aren't closet units, but I was thinking that the Sims in this bedroom are more of like just shove it in the closet, deals with later. They don't want like open clutter space in their closet, so we're just going to be adding a nice little like table from the Grand Mudroom Kit, and we're just going to be adding a few lights and some pictures now into this space. And if you're wondering why at the beginning of the video you saw a snow angel, that is because the last time I built a colonial house on the slot was at Christmas time. So if you're feeling like you need to be in the Christmas spirit, you can go check out that video from last year. I do also have a Christmas playlist, so we're just going to be adding a little tweaking into the bedroom, and I do also have a cat tree in the bedroom because this bedroom is large. And now we are in the primary bathroom. I wanted to kind of be like the Jack and Jill bathroom with having a wall separating the tub and shower area. I kind of went back and forth between having a tub or having a combo. I think I end up going with just the combo situation and then having the toilet next to the combo shower tub. This bathroom does have double sinks because it is larger than the Jack and Jill bathroom, and we're just going to be kind of separating, like one side is the sink area and then the other side has the toilet and the shower tub combo. But we are getting close to the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I post new videos every single Tuesday, and if you have any build suggestions for me, make sure to leave them down in the comments. And if you don't have any build suggestions for me, leave a comment on how you're planning on celebrating the 4th of July. I hope no matter how you celebrate, it will be happy and a safe time. And I just want to say a big happy birthday to America. And I hope all of your 250 celebrations go well. I post new videos every single Tuesday, so I'll see you then. Bye!